Were you born Shirley Tony Kum?
No.
Okay, so let's start with that.
My maiden name is actually Shirley Modesta Tony. I know it's a lot of people who get to know the other name. Yes, I was born in Lagos town, a suburb of Efia Kwesimintim constituency in Takoradi. So I'm a Tadi girl, and I say that with so much pride because it's a good place to be. I grew up in a not so good family. I'm talking about affluence, but I managed to get to where I want to be with the support of my parents and other loved ones who were all around. I attended Chapel Hill Preparatory School. Chapel Hill those days was like, let me say, the big schools in Accra.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the reigning, that was the reigning school at the time. If you don't go to Chapel Hill,
you're not part of the
you're not part of the ish. Yes, so I say so much say that with so much pride. And from there, I went to Infantiman Girls. So I'm a Moga. Okay. An Engman House girl, of course. We wear the blue. No wonder I find myself loving Chelsea. Yeah, so I went to Infantiman Girls. I did general arts. And straight from there, I thought like, no. Growing up, actually, I wanted to be a doctor. But the sight of a blood really scares me. So I was like, hey. But I fell in love with the likes of Akushika Kwe. And when I see them reading the news, the likes of Beatrice Seidu, Barbara Gazy, I mean, these Gifty Auntie and co, I was like, hey, what's happening? And I want to be like them, especially when there wasn't any screen in front of them. At that time, we all didn't know. I mean, I was like, hey, have they memorized this whole thing? So I was like, hey, curiosity landed me in the Ghana Institute of Journalism. And I met some quite interesting mates, very, very supportive. From there, during the process, we had to do our internship. I did it at the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, GBC Radio Newsroom, where people like Afil Money, the former president of the Ghana Journalists Association, right, Agama, Mercy Sowa and co, yes, they all held my hand to teach me and to take me through the maze. And I'm happy that I got to learn from them, including Bosti TK. I should mention Bosti TK's name. So they were also good to me. So right from there, I stayed on for about a year and stayed on for about a year, worked with them. I must say that I even covered a presidential assignment at the time, yes, with Rebecca Ofori at the time. Okay. Yeah, so I managed to do metropolitan stories, but one thing I wasn't too good was the Ga. I had just come from Takoradi and
fancy girl.
Yes, I couldn't speak because I was always relying on third party for what did excuse me, at that time it was Honorable A.G. Blankson. What did he say? Tell me, then I can transcribe again to English and all that. Then I landed again myself at the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, Ruby Kisiedu of blessed memory. I had opportunity of learning from her. That's the PR bit. So that's where I got to learn about all the aspects of public relations and communication, internal communication, a bit of the parliamentary proceeding and all that. Then, luck knocked on my door. I had to go to Stratcom Africa, where I met the great Auntie Esther Koba of Stratcom Africa. One thing I liked about their interview was the fact that they don't just pick the CV and just leave, but I had to do a written work. They gave us practical and case studies to analyze and to come up with solutions. How are you going to solve it? After that, I went for the interview and they were like, Shirley, you just finished school and all that. Why should we take you? You don't know, you are a trainee and all.
Yeah.
I said no, but at that time, I don't know. But
what were you applying for?
I was applying for communication officer.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't even know it was Newmont. I was just coming to Stratcom Africa. So I applied and they were like, no, you are young anyway. So at that interview, I told them that, please, if you don't employ me, who else should do? Yes, because I was so desperate for a job. Being the first child, I was like, no, I need the job now so that I can support my family as well. So lo and behold, I was there, and in December, they called me that, hey, Shirley, are you still available for this job opening? I said, yes, I am. And I know some of my friends were like, Shirley, why are you leaving Accra, going to the village? I said, well, let me tell you, the gold is not mined in the city. Have you seen gold being mined in the city and all that? I'm going, I was like, hey, God, I mean, the uncertainties. Yeah. Can I survive? How will I cope on the job and all that? But we had a good support system. From Stratcom, I filled a communication trainee.
Okay.
And yeah, I filled communication training, moved to communication officer. Then I left Newmont as a senior communication officer.
Oh, which year was that?
That was 2014.
Oh,
then I
long.
landed myself in Vivo Energy, where I was pregnant whilst I was employed. And I say that yes, because not many companies will do that.
You have your work, you have your children, you have a home, and you are doing so much at the same time. You have talked about your principle, which is getting it done and getting it done right.
Yeah.
But then there was some support system some way, somehow.
Yeah. So, right from Newmont, I've had good support system. Going into a community where I don't know anyone, but I had the support of one of our neighbors. Call her mommy. She gladly accepted to take care of my child whilst I go to work. So, luckily for me, it's closer to the mine. So in the afternoon, I come back to come and breastfeed the child. In the evening, I pick the child and go back home. The morning, we bring her in. She's been almost all the places. My work in the mines was such that I had to travel. Today we are in Kede, today we are in Oda, today we are in Kuforidia, Kumasi even at times. So all these places, this man would be like, this time I can go with Shirley and all that. And they've become a family. I've had the support of my key sister, who is currently still supporting me, Eunice Trinebo Akodia. She is with me in the house, and so in the morning when I drop them in school, she will pick them. She will pick them up in the evening. But I think that I try as much as possible to also have time, because I believe they are the reason why I exist. I brought them into this world, and I need to make sure that they realize their dreams. So I attend their PTA meetings. I attend their open days to go and look through their books. I have engagements with their teachers on how they are performing in school. When it's exams time, we do simulations and all that. I remember one of the teachers, she went past the comment that was Shirley. When they are doing exams, she even set questions for the children. Yes, I looked through all the books, the questions that I'm giving to you in the classroom, you answer it again on a full scarf, and that's what we do. In the evening when I go, I close late, but when I get home and I check your assignment and you see a pen in your book, it means that there is a correction that you have to do. So I try to, it's difficult, but I try as much as possible, because I can't be pursuing my career at the expense of my children's own. Yeah. So
do you get to play with them?
Yeah, I get to play with them. So they love football. I also like kicking and stuff, and they like to swim, even though they are not good swimmers. They are not professional swimmers. We do at times play Ludo together. And the firstborn, I think the first and the second, they all started playing the piano. So occasionally we don't. Their Saturdays are quite occupied. So they go to school Monday to Friday. Saturday, until last year, they were doing robotics, and so Saturday now they go to the basketball to go and play basketball. All the three of them were playing.
A bit of recreation.
Yeah, a bit of recreation. So it's the little boy who did the surgery because I've stopped him. But we do play the piano as well when we have our free time, and Ludo and stuff. They are lovely children.
Do you get to cook together?
Yeah, somebody will tell me to put on give him the apron, and guess what he can cook? Is popcorn.
Which of them? The microwavable one?
Yes, the last one. So mommy puts on and video me.
That's nice.
Video, so I can share it on your status.
Look at
So
him.
I do cook with them at times, and my sister, when she's also cooking, she'll do that with them.
What's your favorite meal, and yours as well?
I think their favorite meal will be rice. Yeah, they like rice. They can eat rice from morning to evening, from Monday to Friday.
So how do they see mommy? Mommy is all over the place. Mommy is doing
So
this. Do they ever say they need your attention, or they don't lack it at all?
No. They do lack it. I'll be honest with you. They do lack it at times. And at times they're like, Mommy, why is everyone talking about, why are you here, everyone? And I said, when I get home with parcels, birthday, I say, Mommy, why is everyone giving you parcel? Why is everyone, hey? Then they'll come back to Mommy. When I went to school, some of my mates told me that your mom is a celebrity. Then somebody just recently, when we got the valedictorian, so they saw Osaberima and they're like, hey, Osaberima, yeah, your mom, we saw your mom all over. So when they come, they feel proud. I also tell them, so you two will grow up and make me also feel proud.
Exactly.
Yes, and there are times they actually lack it. They be like, Mommy, are you going out today too? I said, please, let me do this. I'll come back home very early. So I'll be honest, at times they do lack, but I try as much as possible when I have the time
to make up.
Yeah.
You know, it's not easy.
Yeah.
Without a good support system.
Yeah.
or even some have the support system but still not be able to continue with that determination. So then I'm not asking for a secret. How did you do it?
Yeah, so you are right. I was still doing my work. You could see everything online. There were times I was even operating from the hospital. Just last year, my last born had to go through a surgery, so I was working and posting and doing other things behind the scenes. I had also a good boss, a good assistant then, Kenneth Idam, and yes, I have a good HR manager, which I wish everyone could get. Yeah.
But then how would you also tell other women that it's possible?
Oh yes, it's possible. I've been able to do it, and you can also do it. It's not going to be easy. You need to at times sacrifice your comfort. There were times, I mean, I pick everything about me as a project. I feel like there is life after it. So this masters, there were times we console ourselves and say that this too shall pass. And lo and behold, it has really passed. And now I have my freedom and all that. So you approach every initiative with so much determination, giving your best, giving your full shots. One thing about me, I don't like doing something and going back again. I was like, I could have done it this way. So I try to give in, like I said to someone, the valedictorian, I wasn't expecting it. I was getting the A's actually, but behind the A's, the raw marks, I never saw it. And to that level, it can only be God.
Somebody is not about school. Somebody's about maybe going into fashion, about makeup, about beads making. But they've not been able to go because they have a desire, but the drive is not there. So what should they be thinking about? Just a way of getting them to achieve that thing they want to get.
Yeah, so
especially for the woman, because she looks at the chores she has to do in the house, the children. She said, no, I can't.
No. It's because the chores are not going to end. As far as you live, you're going to eat. Your children will eat. So now look at alternative. How do you balance it? Some may say, I don't like keeping or storing food in the fridges, but at times you have to do that. Okay, so you prioritize, okay, so this day, that day, I'm going to cook all my meals. Okay, so I have some yam in there, I have some rice in the rice cooker, something fast they can do. You can also teach the kids as well, especially if you have a bit of grown-up kids, so that there will be so much work on you. And I know if you have a supportive family, in my case, unfortunately, my husband wasn't even here when I was doing the masters. So managing these kids alone and stuff wasn't easy, but I think that you need to tell yourself there's a reason or there's a purpose. Be inspired by that purpose, why you picked that form or why you wanted to do this. And I think that you'll be able to sail through. As for the challenges, they are bound, but you need to sacrifice and also be determined. There's life after death.
And how about those who do not have that support from their work as well? Because remember that if you enjoyed it, and so some may not be enjoying it, but then they still want to do that. What advice would you give? How should they go about it?
Yeah, so if you are not having that support, you ask yourself, is it a good time to go and do this? If you realize that, no, that's not a good time, okay, so can I give myself like a year or two, then I go in, probably you may even move from that environment that you're thinking about. So just assess your situation. I assessed my situation. I felt like, okay, so I have some sisters, I have some support system that can help me along the line. The earliest I was getting home was actually like 4 p.m. 11 p.m. Yeah, 11 p.m. There were times I slept in town because of an assignment. Yes, I slept because they were doing an interview and it was dragging. And I was the only one in the office. My colleagues were actually in their homes, and because of other stuff, I had worked, so I didn't go home then. I realized it was getting to 1 o'clock, so quickly I had to go get a nearby hotel and sleep over and all that. So it's gonna be challenging, but you can do it. Yeah,
but you can do it. And along the way, if you get discouraged or tired,
be inspired by the purpose. Be inspired, because I asked myself, why did I pick this form? Will I be happy to hear that Shirley trailed in a paper? I wouldn't. Not at the University of Ghana, that everyone knows someone in there. So that was like, hey, University of Ghana, their grading system and all that. No. So ask to be inspired by why you went in there. If you have that, I think that, and be encouraged. Press on. Of course, you need to pray as well, but you need to assess the situation. Like you're saying, probably because of the kids, if he or she should move into a new role that is so demanding, she cannot play the aspect that she needs to play. So you need to assess it. But if you're always like, hey, I'm okay with this place, no stress and all that, I bet you by the time you realize some people that you even thought some people you've even groomed, they may be getting big and fast salaries than you will be having. And so I think it's not really, you need to assess the situation where you are. As women, we are so much capable. We can do everything. Unfortunately, because of, at times, culture, because of the environment that we find ourselves in, there are so many excuses we can, 1,001 excuses we can give. Else we'll never advance in our careers, in our growth and all that. So for me, my advice would be that the challenges abound, so many challenges, but you should be determined, put in the effort, to work hard, and it's always joy celebrating success. So we are more than able, and I'm looking forward to see more women in leadership roles, and that's where I think that I'll feel that, hey, as a company, as a country, we've really advanced in achieving the sustainable development goals.
Awesome. I told you she has a lot, and she's giving us more than we could even take. That's Shirley Tony Kum, the current valedictorian at the University of Ghana. Well, we wait for next year, but for now she's enjoying.
Thank you.
And she's told us, especially women, how we can also make it action in Koteng. From Vivo headquarters, I am Hannah Odame for Joy News.
Thank you.